Yo, what is going on, YouTube? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for rocking with me today on this one, man. Today we're checking out some David Bowie, the man who sold the world. Now, I've talked about this song numerous times on this channel already, with my only knowledge of the song being that Nirvana did it on a live set, I think on MTV. So I was familiar with that one. Didn't ever know that David Bowie made it. Didn't even know anything about David Bowie other than his name, man. So I've been learning about David Bowie on this channel. Well, actually, I guess I knew that he was in a movie, right? He started a movie once, but I didn't know his music until this channel, man. So you guys have really helped me introduce to some of his music and stuff. And now that I know David Bowie, some about him, I still don't know a lot. There's still a lot to learn about David Bowie. He has a pretty long career, it sounds like. He's had multiple characters that he's kind of played in music. Reminds me of Eminem in that way. You got Eminem, you got Marshall Mathers, and then you got Slim Shady. He's got his different personas that he incorporates into different styles of music. So I like that. So we got this one right here, David Bowie, the man who sold the world. I really like the way Nirvana did it. Kurt Cobain did it. Although I must admit, even though I grew up, you know, in the time with Nirvana and stuff like that, they weren't one of my favorite bands personally. They weren't one that I always gravitated to and that I would play. I had other bands that I was interested in more than Nirvana, but I greatly appreciate their contributions to the music world. However, this is one of those songs that I thought that they did really well. Okay, and I didn't know for a long time that it was a cover, and then once I even found out it was a cover, I didn't know who David Bowie was as an artist. Okay, so this is gonna be cool, man. This is kind of like you know, sealing the two in, stitching them up, man, putting them together. So this is gonna be cool. This is gonna be cool right here. David Bowie, the man who sold the world. Let's hear the original, man. See how this turns out. Here we go. Let's hit play. Before I do, don't forget to like, subscribe, check out the description if you guys are enjoying rocking with me on this one, man. Here we go.
Up on the stair, we spoke of was and when, although I wasn't there. He said I was his friend, which came as some surprise. I spoke into his eyes. I thought you died alone a long, long time ago.
Wow, they kept so much elements the same. Nirvana did.
I laughed and shook his hand and made my way back home. I searched for home and land. For years and years I roamed. I gazed a gazeless stare at all the millions here. We must have died alone a long, long time ago. Who knows? Not me. We never lost control. Your face to face with the man who sold the world.
Yeah, that guitar's clean.
Who knows? Not me. We never lost control. Your face to face with the man who sold the world.
section is awesome. Wow, I love the end. Well, that's something the other version didn't have for sure, man. I love that ending right here. So yeah, I really like how much Nirvana, Kurt Cobain kind of kept true to David Bowie's version, man. I was able to come into listen to this one, and it's like, boom, man. Wow, they really took it. You know, the biggest difference being the way Kurt Cobain sang it. And it also felt, I don't know if I'm right, but it felt like a slightly slower tempo. Sorry, my light's acting up in the background, man. It's that time of day. So yeah, it felt like a slightly slower tempo on the live performance than this one. This one felt just a tad faster, but I don't know if I'm correct on that one. You guys can help clear me up, clear the air on that. But the next biggest difference I noticed, of course, there's additional instrumentation happening, which I thought was lovely on this studio version, the original version. The biggest change I felt was, did David Bowie's voice have like some kind of effect on it? It sounded like it. It sounded like there was almost this electronic kind of sound surrounding his voice on it, like he was using some kind of modifier. I don't know. So let's go ahead and dive in and see that. I'm also curious what the song is talking about. Now, I see we have Ziggy here on the screen. And I think the persona behind this is like an alien life form, right? Somebody from another planet, another dimension. So when I'm thinking about who he's playing as a character, and then I'm thinking about the man who sold the world, you know, are we talking, man, we could be talking about different things. The two things that come to mind first is like, one, are you selling it to the aliens, right? But I don't think that's right. But like this life forms are coming down. You're just like, hey, yeah, take it, man. It's yours. At a cost that, hey, you save my life, or you give me one of your ships, whatever the case is, right? Something silly like that. Don't really think that's what's happening. But then I'm thinking about like political leaders, right? I'm thinking about presidents and all these people of power, that they always have their price too, though. And then you'll find like major corporations and stuff actually have, they pay and they have their own people fighting for them, and they'll get better benefits, and they'll be able to have deregulation for things that harm the citizens, but hey, they're paying to, I don't know, maybe dump their waste in the rivers and whatnot and get away with it, right? You know what I'm saying? So the man who sold the world, the politicians, the world leaders who always have their price to sacrifice the citizens for corporate gain, whatever the case. That's what it made me think about. Let's see what they were talking about, though. Okay, so we got The Man Who Sold the World right here from David Bowie. This was released in 1970, and the songwriter on this one is David Bowie himself. They don't have a genre attached to this. I would have been curious to see just what they would have said about that one, man. So The Man Who Sold the World is a song by the English singer-songwriter David Bowie, the title track of his third studio album. It was released in November 1970. It says, musically, it was based around a circular guitar riff from Mick Ronson. Outstanding job once again, Mr. Rick. Its lyrics are cryptic and evocative, being inspired by numerous poems, including the 1899 Antagonish by William Hughes Mearns. Bowie's vocals are heavily phased throughout and have been described as haunting. Yeah, phase. So I knew, I was like, man, there's like definitely some kind of electronic effect happening with his vocals on that one. It says, The Man Who Sold the World went relatively unnoticed upon initial release in 1970. It was not released as a single by Bowie, though it appeared on the B-side of the 1973 reissues of Space Oddity. So it sounds like it really gained some traction later on when it was being covered and introduced to new audiences. And retrospectively now, after its release, when much people didn't talk about it, now people look back at it and say, hey, man, this is one of his best songs he's ever done. But unfortunately, it sounds like it took other people kind of bringing this to the spotlight for other, you know, I guess certain critics and other people to notice it. But hey, that's how I'm noticing it today. I don't know, you know, I don't remember if this one has been really requested on the channel for me to check out from David Bowie. It was just one I wanted to check out after finding out through multiple videos. Hey, David Bowie was the songwriter of this. I had to check it out, and it sounded great. It sounded awesome to be able to compare the two. But now it makes me want to go back and watch Nirvana's performance. So I probably will do that on the channel here shortly, and maybe I can introduce other people who haven't checked it out to Nirvana's version of it, because man, I think you would like both, just like I like both now. So yeah, it doesn't go on to really talk much about the meaning of it, but I think I've developed my own meaning in my head. But let me know what you guys know it's about or think it's about, because that's definitely a question on my mind, is what is The Man Who Sold the World about? So if you guys want to reach out, let me know, man. I'd greatly appreciate that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out that description. Let me know more from David Bowie you guys want featured on the channel, man. Thank you guys for being here with me today on this one. Don't forget that you can become a member on my Patreon or YouTube for as little as $3 to help me out greatly, man. Thank you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.